Hi, today I want to talk about financial goal setting checklist. What checklist do you need to have in place to be able to have to check where you have been able to get in your financial goal setting? So one of the things that you're able to know or how you're going to gauge your financial goals, one of them is that do you have an emergency fund? An emergency fund is a fund that you use to be able to meet the needs or those expenses that are unexpected. For example, if your car breaks down, that is an unexpected expense, and therefore the emergency fund comes in handy to be able to help you during that time. The other thing that is we can call an emergency is where you have a challenge, maybe with a medical fund that maybe is not covered by your insurance cover, or you have already depleted the insurance cover and money needs to be paid. So the emergency fund comes in handy at that particular point in time. Or even something like, things can be stolen from the house and maybe you did not have a domestic cover, and therefore you can use that to be able to replace. Your phone can break down, your laptop can break down, and therefore instead of getting stuck, you have funds that you can be able to use to replace those gadgets if they are the gadgets that you are using to be able to help you at your workplace. So those are some of the emergencies that you can be able to look at. And of course, loss of job. If you lose your job today, what happens? How are you going to meet your needs? Therefore, the importance of having an emergency fund. The other thing that you need to check is how well are you prepared for your children's education? Have you planned for your children's education? Do you have an education policy in place? Or do you have a savings plan in place to ensure that when your children get to high school, or when your children start school, or when your children get to college, you have sufficient funds to be able to cover their education? That is a very important factor. Remember, every child takes at least 17 years in school. And therefore, if you have 2 children, 3 children, you can imagine what that means. And each child has their own cost. Other than the tuition fees, there are other costs that come with education. Therefore, you need to plan for that. The other thing that we need to look at is, do you have an investment plan in place? Are you achieving the investment goals you set? As you all know, one income is not sufficient at this time and with this economy. So you need to have at least 2 sources of income to ensure that you are able to meet your needs. So what is your investment goal? Either passive or active. Where are you at with your investment goal? You need to look at all those issues to be able to know where are you at. That is your checklist for your financial goal setting. The other thing is, are you on track on your retirement plan? How much monthly cash flow or income do you need at retirement? You need to set this goal and be able to track it until the point where you get to retirement. You need to ask yourself, how much do I need at retirement? Set that goal as early as possible so that you don't have challenges during retirement. So that is another checklist that you need to tick as you do your financial goal setting. The other one is, what is your progress in home ownership? If you are planning to have your own home, and especially if you're moving towards retirement, the home ownership is very key. You need to have your home so that you are not stressed out by the rent. So you need to check, what is my plan in terms of having my own home, and especially a home for retirement. And when we talk about home, it doesn't have to be a big mansion. It doesn't have to be a big bungalow. It's a home, something that you can call a home, something that is comfortable for you, and especially during retirement. That is what is most important, and that is what you need to be looking at. The other thing that you can be able to check in your checklist is, do you have holiday savings planned for your family or self? Majority of us are unable to go for holiday because of lack of planning. So therefore, even in your financial goal setting, you need to put this as one of the key things that you plan for even during the year. The other thing that you need to look at is, where are you with your payment of debts? That is, if you are in debt, how are you able to clear those debts? So those are a few, not all, but some of the things that you can be able to look at when you are creating your financial goals, and you'll be able to see where are you at. So for this and more, you can be able to contact us at EagleTact Consultants so that we can give you a free a financial consultation where we can be able to check and see where you are, where we can be able to help you even do your financial plan. For more information, contact me on 0725 862 535. Thank you for listening.